what's going on there, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists, and it's Mini Warzone with another P&Q, and this is the question and answer series where you get to ask me questions or make comments. I'll respond the following week, weekly, every week, without fail. We're on episode 70 or whatever it is, and yeah, got some questions, got some emails too, because you can do this one of two ways. You can email me at miniwarzone@gmail.com. We'll give you an anonymous response, i.e. I won't read out your username or pseudonym or whatever else. It's just a question you feel is a little bit, I don't know, personal or whatever, or for whatever reason you want to do it anonymously, that's fine. Otherwise, you can just leave a comment in the comment section below and I will read it out the following week. This week, however, I haven't printed out my questions. I'm just going to read it straight off the screen if I can. Which means that's okay. Emails I usually do first because they're not too many of them. Right. Okay. First one. First email then. Really quick. It just says, Pete, more tutorials please. ... And I addressed this in one of my other videos. There is a very good reason I don't do tutorials at the moment. 90% is because I get fed up with people when they dislike it, not saying why. How can I improve? I'm not a mind reader. I don't have my mind reading head on. And yeah, I was just getting a bit downhearted about that. But I've got plenty of ideas for tutorials, so you know, they will start up again though. But that's primarily the reason. I just got a bit fed up with the anonymity of YouTube, and I was having a chat to my friend yesterday about this, and we both agreed that the dislike button serves no purpose whatsoever on YouTube, analytically or any other reason. You know, it just serves no purpose whatsoever. Anyway, moving on. Next one says, hi Pete, question for you is, do you ever get nostalgic to the point of moping about the past? Moping, I think you mean. Moping about the past. I ask because I can't seem to shake these feelings and wondered if you had any ways to combat this. Right, so you're saying you get nostalgic for the good old days, presumably, and you want to kind of not be doing that. Well, that's fair enough. That's absolutely a good reason. I just concentrate on the now, the here and the now, really, and the latest project, whatever it may be. For me, it's these guys here, Space Wolves. So yeah, do that. That's what I would do. Just concentrate on the here and now. I mean, we all get nostalgic. I get nostalgic. I get nostalgic about my school days, even though I wasn't really that fussed about school, to be truthful. Not until later on when I went to university, then I sort of only started thinking about education more then. It was too late, really. Not too late, but I felt too late in my life. Yeah, just concentrate on the here and now. Live for the moment. That's my life. Live for the moment. Past is the past, and sometimes it's best left in the past. And oftentimes, your mind and memory colours the past and makes it seem better than it actually was. I think a lot of the time that's what I think. You know, you think, oh yeah, they were such great days, but were they really? You really think back to it. They were just what they were. Like, today is what today is. And it's a lovely sunny day out there, by the way. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel chipper. Anyway, that's that for the emails. So I'm going to go back to, if I can click on YouTube, comments from last week. Right. Just put the sound off. Right, we'll start with Warforge. Okay, and he says, great P&Q. New York is amazing. What is your favourite art piece? 40k universe. Well, I like pictures like the Dreadnought. I like pictures of Dreadnoughts. Sorry, I'm pointing in the wrong direction. I'm looking at a monitor there. Oh, there. That one. I like things like that. The Space Marines are okay too. I like pretty much a lot of the new art that you see in the books now. But yeah, I would say Dreadnoughts overall, because I kind of just like the whole fluff about the Dreadnoughts, what they are, and you know how old they are and all that kind of stuff. Just how they got to be looked after and all that kind of thing. Yeah, but the pictures of Dreadnoughts like that, especially that one, back to front here, with where he's in action kind of thing. That really puts me in another world. You know, I love that. So yeah, Dreadnoughts. Dave Nitzel, the Disco 853 says, thanks for the recommendations. That would have been, if I remember rightly, novels to get into 40k, wouldn't it? And I recommend Horus Heresy, because although it's about the 30k, it's a brilliant background for 40k. As well as you need that background. Otherwise, when it comes up in other stories or other or elements, any element of the Horus Heresy, you won't be familiar, and it really is something you need to be familiar with if you want to have anything to do with the fluff of Warhammer 40,000. Okay, ale, stout or lager. Well, I'm not really a huge drinker, but I suppose out of those it would be stout, Guinness, I would guess. If I had to choose, yeah. Don't like ale, not really keen on lager. To be honest, I'm more of a spirits person if I do drink. I don't really drink like that. But out of those three, stout, Guinness. WG Revival says, great episode. Is there a 40k army you wouldn't want to collect eventually? You wouldn't want to collect eventually? You mean ever? I wouldn't want to collect ever? Eventually? Well, being the sort of person I am, I would like to collect everything. Have one of everything. That would be the ultimate goal, isn't it? But if there's an army I'm not really fussed about, it'd be Harlequins. I'm not really fussed about them at all. Harlequins don't really do it for me. Dark Eldar, not really. Unless they change models, you know, modernise them somewhat. But Harlequins, they're just, I don't know, like jesters in space to me. It just doesn't seem to fit for me. I'm not saying they're not great models or whatever else, but for me, my vision of Warhammer doesn't include those guys. Okay, Cruonge Lasilicus says, great P&Q. How many hours a day do you spend doing hobby-related activities? Well, that varies. It does vary, but I suppose if you was to average it out, probably about 5 hours a day, roughly. Hobby-related activities, that could be anything from tidying the studio to actual painting. Yeah. And like I say, some days it's more than others, but yeah, some days not at all. Which is why I schedule videos to upload. Spider666 says, great P&Q. What are your thoughts on the Warhammer 40k themed games from Fantasy Flight? Do you think they do a good job at holding on to the theme, history and atmosphere of the Warhammer and 40k universes? Yes, I think they do. I think they do a cracking job. You know, I'd like to get hold of some. It's just just the money I have got, I want to spend in other areas. Plus, I've got like Salute coming up. Salute is looming, so my finances are kind of being put back for that because I want to get a few things when I'm there. Also, I've heard about the new board game from GW bringing back the Gene Stealer cult. Yes, I've heard that too, and I have good thoughts for that. From what I hear, for £100 for the set, they are. Let's just click on the read more. Overpricing their games? Question mark. Aren't they all, mate? They're all overpricing their games, but it's kind of relative, isn't it? It's worth it to some people, but not to others. Like for me, for instance, Video gaming or PC gaming, I'm not into that. I don't have a video games console, you know, so for me spending, you know, 300-400 quid on a console, then 50-60 pounds on a game, that's just one game, that doesn't do it for me. But to somebody else, that's like, you know, the bargain of the century. Yeah, I'll have that, you know. And to some people, £100 for a game set like that wouldn't be anything, you know. But to others, it is. I mean, we're all kind of feeling the pinch these days, aren't we, financially? But I mean, all the companies overprice their games. I mean, for instance, I'm really intrigued by the game Beyond the Gates of Antares, and I really want to get that game. And I can see myself getting it this year, soon. One, I know it's, although I haven't seen it played through, and that's true, I haven't, but I know how to play bolt action, and I have heard on regular, good authority, that it's a similar game mechanism to bolt action. And the game mechanism is what drew me to bolt action. And at the time I remember thinking, oh, but they didn't have something like this for like a sci-fi game. Now it would seem they have. I can eventually see them doing a fantasy type one with that kind of game mechanic in as well. Yeah, so I was going off point there, but the point I'm making is these companies, they all overprice their games, because if you go on I don't know, the World Games website, it's about £70 I think for the starter set for Beyond the Gates of Antares. Yet you can go online, other like shops on eBay, pick it up for 50 odd quid, save yourself a few quid there. So, you know, what's their profit margin? If they can sell it for that, what's their profit margin? So yeah, I mean, they all overprice their games, but I think it's relative to the person involved, whether it's worth it to them. If their game that's £100 for a Gene Stealer cult, if that gives you hours of enjoyment and happiness, then what's £100 in this world? 100 quid, if it makes you happy, mate, that's great. Do it, as long as it's not eating the food or the rent money or whatever else. Why not? You know, it makes you happy. Live for the moment, that's what I was saying, live for the moment. Anyway, that's a great question, by the way. Idic Beer, what's he saying? Great answers as always, Pete. Question: blondes, brunettes, or redheads? Well, it's got to be redheads, hasn't it? Because my, well, although Mrs. Mini Warzone has been all of those, blonde, brunette, and redhead. She's redhead at the moment, but also I'll say redheads for now. So yeah, there's a linking comment from Atomic Dog. He says brunettes, brunettes. So guessing he likes brunettes. Oop, scrolled up too far. Big Mac Dan Skull. He says, great one, mate. Do you plan on buying every expansion that they make for Zombicide? Probably at some point, yeah, because I love the game so much. Yeah. But with Zombicide, I know it's there. It's not going anywhere, so I'll just get it as I, you know, I'll get to it as I finish one thing. I'll get to the next thing, and so on. And I did the Crows, and I haven't incorporated them into a game yet. I'm still coming to grips with, excuse me, the way the game style has changed rapidly from one season to the next. The different things you can do. So I'm still getting my head around that at the moment before I add extra stuff. I've got the dogs involved now, so that's good. Alright. RXPXD. He says, great P&Q, mate. What do you do with all the spare bits off your models, and where do you store them? Right. Bear with me 1 second. I'll show you the sort of thing I store them in. Hang on. Bear with me, nearly there. Didn't prepare very well for this one, did I? But, right. This is the kind of thing I put my bits in. Now this one is for bases and tokens, but I've got one for like Space Marines, Space Wolves, Tyranids, then I'll put like heads, arms, legs, torso, you know, that kind of thing, weapons, and separate them into that. And if I need more than one, I'll just get more than one. So that's what I put them in and store them in. I should have remembered that question. Anyway, Jamjar34 is next, and he says, yet again another great one. What would you like to get done hobby-wise in March? Will you do another build-along video with your wolves? What would I like to get done in March? I'd like to get the Space Wolves done from this starter set, or the, not starter set, the Stormclaw box set. Because I think they look fantastic. And I'm keen to start using them and read through the codex and start learning about the nuances of the Space Wolves, because I've never played them before, so looking forward to that. Yeah, Space Wolves, mate. Atomic Dog Scale Mother Freak says, oh Pete, another great P&Q. That's because I've got such good people involved. Truly enjoy the videos. Well, thank you. When are you going to add more fluff to the wall behind you? Is there a 40k army you would like to see retooled? When am I going to add more fluff to the wall? Oh, as soon as I can, mate. I enjoyed doing that display thing there, which I can cart around with me anyway. I might do another one of those. Yeah, I'll have to get some posters or something, or some proper artwork and get them framed. I've got some nice pictures on the wall. Yeah, I think maybe employing my daughter to paint me a 40k or Warhammer themed painting of some description. That would be good. But yes, I'm planning on it. Is there a 40k army I'd like to see retooled? Yes, Sisters of Battle, Adeptus Sororitas. Last question. Do you think Nick Iddickbeer is a sexy man? Haha, I'm teasing. Love your channel and your work. Take care. No offense, but I don't think any man is sexy. Sorry. No, I'm strictly butter side up. That's the way I am. Alright. I know you're teasing. Love your channel and your work. Well, thank you very much. Take care, thank you. Nah, I'm kidding. He's a sexy guy, really. Victor Quez says, good P&Q, mate. Imagine that you have a machine that allows you to visit the past. And then in brackets, without interacting, just as an observer, no risk for your life. Life. What period in history or big moment would you like to visit? The birth of Christ and my last wedding, which was a couple of years ago, so that I could relive my wedding without all the emotional stress of the day and just enjoy it as an observer. That'd be cool. Yeah, and the birth of Christ, that would be awesome, just awesome. Tattoo for you, and this is the last question now. I hope I haven't gone on too long. Not that it matters as long as it is. P&Qs are as long as they are. And he says, what I mean by that is I hope I haven't rambled on too much. Right, so I get a bit of dry in my throat when I'm doing these. He says, good one, buddy. Hey, skydiving is pretty extreme, ha! I haven't said I definitely would, I was just saying I possibly would. What's the largest point game you'd want to play? And, well, let's start with that one first. What's the largest point game you'd want to play? I ordinarily no more than 2,000, 2,500. But I would like to take part in an apocalypse game one day. I don't know, 5,000 plus. Just once to say I've done it. Other than that, I have no real desire to. But say 2,000 would be a good average, I think, for me. Alright. And then he says, "You're an awesome cat. Thank you very much. Been in East Texas on vacation with limited internet, so I've been missing a lot of my favourite YouTubers. Glad I had signal enough to watch your video. Thank you." Yeah, and I watched your videos and they're very interesting. Looks like a great place you went to. The sort of place I'd love to go. I love all that kind of stuff. Getting back to nature and all that thing, you know, especially when you live where I live and in the city, and it's not like the city like London, so it's not built up with that, don't get me wrong, but just kind of a general, not super fast pace, but faster than the countryside, and it's constant. So I just love that. I'd love to be in the middle of nowhere just listening to nature. That's what I would love to do, and I could do that for hours. I'd have to read, of course, take a book and read as well. I think that would just be perfect. Yeah, perfect vacation. Anyway, that's all the time I got now. Not all the time I got, but that's all the questions I got. Keep them coming, guys. Love the questions. Absolutely love them. Love the interaction with you, my subscribers. Going back to the first email I had about doing tutorials, I must say, the dislikes. Every dislike I've ever had, every single one, you're able to check this analytically, has not been from a subscriber. I mean, obviously it doesn't tell you who they are, but it will say subscribed or not, and they've not been subscribed, so they're just trolls. They are like the buzzing of flies. They bother me not. Anyway, thanks guys, see you on the next one. Remember, all brushes lead to war. Yeah!